Good evening, Patriots. This is my 4th of July message to the Patriot Nation. And I don't know how many people will see this video, but it's also a history lesson on why we need to teach our children about history, people. Now, when you think of Independence Day, you think of fireworks, cookouts, and voting, and, patriotic music. But however, the Independence Day goes way back to the 18th century and the start of the Revolutionary War. And this is a national holiday, but we need to make our children understand the events that led up to the independence from Britain and why this country still commemorates this day today. Now, I know a lot of people out there on Patriot Nation know what I'm saying, but this is for a lot of the younger generation out there that's not getting a real history lesson, because like everybody know, I majored in history in school and I love history. Tensions had already begun between American colonies and Britain government for a year or so, and the colonies was upset, like Robert said about taxation without representation. And they insisted that King George III was forcing them to pay taxes without giving them a representative in Parliament or say what went on in this country. So King George sent troops to America. He did. He took control of any rebellious tendencies. A group of delegates got together in 1774 in Philadelphia as the first Continental Congress to try to figure out what to do. But actually, they wouldn't be ready to consider war for another couple more years. But a year later, Paul Revere in 1775 alerted colonists that the British were arriving in Concord, Massachusetts, and the Battle of Concord ensued, and marking the unofficial beginning of the Revolutionary War, people. And then in May of 1776, a year after unofficial conflicts began, the 13 colonies sent delegates to Philadelphia for the Second Continental Congress, that their goal was to try to resolve the difference between America and England without declaring war. However, after a month of negotiations, they had found no solution. So on June the 11th of that same year, Congress formed a committee to draft a document formally severing the colonial ties with Britain. Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Robert Sherman, Robert R. Livingston, and Thomas Jefferson made up the committee, and Jefferson was chosen to actually write our Declaration of Independence. And on June 28, 1776, Jefferson presented its draft, the Declaration of Independence, to the Second Continental Congress. Together, the delegates made 86 changes to the first draft, and on July the 4th, 9 of the 13 colonies voted in favor of it. Pennsylvania and South Carolina voted no, while Delaware remained undecided, and New York declined to vote. On still, 9 votes were enough for the Continental to adopt the Declaration of Independence, and the following day copies of orders were distributed all over the country with newspapers and all that. And public reading was held on July the 8th in Philadelphia's Independence Square, and soon full-fledged war with Britain for independence was underway. That's how this great day got started, people. And I think our children and our grandchildren need to understand what these people went through to give us our country. The first celebration of July the 4th took place a year later after the Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia. The Continental Congress adjourned for the day and held bonfires, rang bells, set off fireworks, commemorated the important day. And within 50 years, there was parade, picnics, fireworks were a traditional way to celebrate Independence Day. The popularity of the future after the War of 1812 against Britain, Congress declared Independence Day an official holiday in 1870. And in 1938, it was declared that federal employees would receive full pay while getting off for a day of work. Now today, most people get a Friday or a Monday or whatever day it falls on, and they look forward for a long weekend with their family and friends, celebrate. But a few of them really understand Yeah, they do celebrate patriotism, but but a lot of them don't ever think about the long history about Independence Day. And my message for the video today is, you know, a lot of children out there that are forgetting about the freedoms that were given to us by our forefathers. I hope you listen to this video and learn a little bit about the Declaration of Independence and why it was signed, when it was signed, and how this great holiday that comes up tomorrow for us to celebrate our independence got started. And when you see those flags, all you people out there, you know, that look at that flag the wrong way, that flag is for unity, people. It's for freedom and unity. That this is our country, and we need to stand up for it. And tomorrow, a lot of people out there need to think about tomorrow when they're celebrating and go, you know what, we can change this country if we change it together. That's what my video was pretty much based on last night, that enough of people are not waking up to fight for this country. One voice can make a difference in people's lives, people. But when you get 10,000, 100,000 and more, and everybody starts understanding that we are all one on this country, or in this country. Actually, we're all one on this planet. It's like I said on another video, we're on a ball in space. But we need to understand that a lot of the root problem of what's going on right now is because people want to live their lives, but they want you to live their lives the way they tell you to live it. When people should just let people live their lives the way they want to. If they want to study that Bible the way they want to. If they want to study the Quran the way they want to. But when you start taking religion and start twisting it, and then other people using your religion against you, because they don't feel like you should have a religious right, well, that's where we fall into a death trap, people. Because you got radical Islam. They use religion to go justify their killing. Well, you got Christians, and I read the Bible, I study the Bible. I don't claim to be a perfect person, I'm not. But you can sit there and dissect that Bible all day. It says in the Bible, treat your slaves. Look it up. Treat your slaves accordingly, with respect. Well, we don't have slaves anymore in this country. We've moved past it, right? But it says in the Bible, treat your slaves accordingly, because back then people had slaves. But we got past that part of it, right? Because we knew there were better things for human beings not to be slaves. But you still got people that want to live on history and want to blame things today because of what happened for slavery. But in return, you got people that use that Bible to hate other people because, okay, they're gay, okay. But it's like I said on another video, it ain't on you to judge them. Now, when they go out of their way to tell you what you're going to do because they're gay, or tell you how to run your business because they gay, well, that's where I fall into that, where that ain't right. Because it's not right for anybody to push their views on somebody else because they don't like the way they are. Everybody should be able to live their life and not push their views on each other. If I was gay and I went into a store and I said, hey, I want you to make me a cake because I want to marry another guy. I'm just using that as an example. And they said no. Well, as me being common sense, I'd just say, you know what, that's your right to say, hey, I'd go to another store. It's like these radical Muslims. If you ain't a Muslim, well, you're a Christian, well, you're a, you're a infidel, I'm going to go out and cut your head off, stuff like that. Well, see, there lies in the issue again, people. It's somebody not liking your way of life, and whether you convert to them, well, they don't like it. When everybody should just let everybody alone, let them live their life the way they choose, as long as they ain't hurting nobody in the process. Because everybody should have a right to think what they want to. In this politically correct world, Everybody wants to complain about something. But anyway, have a blessed Independence Day. God bless all of you. Schaefer, if you head up here tomorrow, give me a call in the morning. Be blessed, and remember what this day's about, people. It's about our country and our independence. Not one people's, not some people, our independence. God bless all of you. This is the Patriot out.